Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to speak about a fight that got finalized recently. It's a very important fight at 154 pounds in the junior middleweight division, and it's going to feature two notable fighters in the weight class. You're going to have on one side Erickson the Hammer Lubin, as he looks to continue his road back to becoming a world champion. You know, this will be his now 7th fight since getting knocked the fuck out by Jermell Charlo many years ago. It seemed, was 2017 he got knocked out, so it's been some time. It's been a long road back for him, and he's gonna be taking on the towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora, and it's gonna be an interesting fight. You know, Fundora is undefeated. Lubin isn't undefeated, but, you know, he hasn't lost in a long time. These are two guys with a lot to prove. And I'll tell you this, man. It's going to be an interesting fight because we know with Fundora, he's not like most boxers. I mean, when we talk about Fundora, he's a giraffe with boxing gloves on. He's a freaking, you know, what do they call him? What do they call him? A praying mantis, so boxing gloves on. He's huge. He's 6'5" and a half, 154 pounder, and it's just the way his frame is and the way he fights with the pressure style he fights with, along with his size, it just presents a lot of problems for a lot of these fighters. You know what I'm saying? Now in his last fight, Fundora, I remember when I watched his last fight where he fought the 33-0, very good fighter in Sergio Garcia, who's more known as a technical fighter. Garcia had to turn into a pressure fighter because this guy was just so damn big and he barrels down on top of you. And I thought Garcia actually made that fight very competitive, even though two of the judges had it really wide. You know, he's a good fighter. He's good at what he does. You know, in boxing, there's some styles people like and there's some styles people hate, but you got to fight the fight that works for you. And, you know, he's done that in his career. He gets on top of opponents, he grinds them down and folds them up. And I'm really interested to see how this towering Inferno, the style, the way he likes to barrel on top of his opponents, I'm very excited to see how that meshes with Erickson Lubin, because Lubin, you know, he's got his right hand, which is sledge, and his left hand, which is hammer. And he likes to go to that body. He likes to chop the tree down. He likes to be in that kitchen where things get hot. So I'm looking at this fight being, you know, a really, really intriguing one, just because I know what Lubin brings to the table. You know, the winner of this fight is probably looking at maybe fighting the winner of Charlo Castaño, which is 2 weeks before this fight, because this fight's going to take place on April 9th, the same day as Ryan Garcia versus Emmanuel Tego. So it's going to be a good fight. So I'm looking forward to it. But then as a co-main event, you know, as a co-main event, to me, I'm really more excited about the co-main event than I am the main event. You know, you're going to have, you know, one of the premier young stars in the sport, Jaron Ennis, taking on Custio Clayton. And yes, Custio Clayton, an underrated fighter, you know, a fighter who's coming to you live and direct from Canada. He's got one of the best jabs in the welterweight division. He should have gotten the decision over Sergey Lipinets, but that wasn't the case. I think he got a draw in that fight, or he might have lost. Refresh my memory in the comments. I think he got a draw where he lost. But you know, a really good fighter. This is a guy that some people wanted to see Terence Carver fight at one particular time. Some people would even go as far as to say that I really hate Terence Carver. They would say that Terence Carver avoided a Custio Clayton, but that's really stretching it. But either way, it'll be a good test for Ennis, because Clayton is a solid guy, ranked, really good jab, good boxing skills, solid size, the weight class. You know, I don't think Clayton's ever lost before. I believe he's undefeated. Let me see. Is he undefeated? I think he's undefeated. Yeah, Clayton's undefeated. Clayton's 19-0 with 12 knockouts. So, you know, Clayton's undefeated. He's never lost. He's got a really good jab, and you know, it's just another style for Ennis to deal with, and we're gonna see the continued maturation process of Jaron Ennis. This is gonna be his 29th pro fight. This is an important fight because this is gonna be an IBF eliminator. So the winner of this fight is looking at, you know, potentially being mandatory for the belt, the IBF belt, which right now is held by Errol Spence, but that's subject to change as Errol Spence has a fight April the 16th. So it could be Ugas, it could be Spence, but the winner of this fight is looking at a title shot in the near future. And this isn't a gimme fight for Ennis. This isn't a easy fight for Ennis because, like I said, Clayton has a good jab. We saw, even though I'm not trying to nitpick his performance, I thought it was a great performance. I enjoyed watching Jaron Ennis fight in person, but like Ennis, when he fought Delorme, there was a part of that first round, the only round, where Delorme was able to land that good straight right hand off the ropes, and it looks like Ennis is good, but sometimes he wings his shots and maybe he over relies on his athleticism too much. So if you're Clayton, I think you're gonna have chances to counterpunch Ennis, and I think that it all starts with the jab and your patience. And we'll see what happens. But I like this fight for Ennis. I like this fight for Clayton. I like this fight for the welterweight division in general. And overall, they're gonna make more additions to the card. But that's a good card. That's a good card. That's a really good card. Sink or swim fight for two of the top young fighters at 154, and then an IBF eliminator between two undefeated welterweights. I mean, you can't ask for much more if you're a boxing fan. So save the date, April the 9th, Showtime Boxing, bringing it to you guys live and in color as Erickson Lubin takes on Sebastian Fundora in the main event, and Custio Clayton takes on Jaron Ennis in the co-main event. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about those fights. Give me your thoughts, all that good stuff. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here. Boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.